Here we go. And
One, two, live, 1, 2, 3.
all right.
Live from downtown Worthington, Ohio, the center of all that is nutritious on planet Earth. Here we are with Christian at the Saturday morning Worthington Farmers Market. Christian, what are you doing here?
Well, I'm growing microgreens. This is something that my dad and I started together, and we've got a whole bunch of different varieties that we grow, and we cut them fresh right here at the tables.
Now, are these nutritionists?
Oh, they're extremely nutritious. Dr. Wang from the University of Maryland did a study showing that most microgreens are 4 to 40 times as nutritious as their full-blown counterpart at full growth.
So I can take a little bite of that, and that's like eating a whole head of broccoli.
Exactly. Broccoli is actually the most nutritional per pound for the microgreens.
So this is like stem cell growth hormones on steroids.
No, it could be. It's definitely a science. It's not we don't do as many chemicals or anything like that. It's completely chemical free. We're actually off the grid right now, using no electricity or heating at all to do this. We're actually doing it in a backyard.
So this is urban gardening.
Oh yes, urban gardening at its finest.
All right. And now we're looking at making this into where people could take a whole tray home on Saturday mornings, come here to the market, pick up a tray for you.
Exactly.
Take it home, have it growing.
Yep. We'd like to start a CSA program with these trays as they are. We can actually take these trays and set them right in the water and keep them growing. So what we would be hoping to do is to get an order or someone who's interested with the different varieties. Each week, drop off an entire tray to them. They can take it home and harvest it while it's still living. I mean, it can't be any fresher than that. And then return that empty tray back to us. And then we'll replace them with another one as the cycle continues.
So let me understand. They put a deposit down on the tray. They buy the tray from the produce from you for the first week. At the end of the week, they bring back the whole tray, get another tray, and just keep the cycle going.
They just keep on going. When they're done, we return their deposit if they bring us back our tray.
That's all there is to it. And so we could have this extraordinarily nutritious food growing in our home every day and be eating this live nutritional stem cell rejuvenating food.
Oh, yes.
That's going to make us as young and as healthy as you look.
I hope so. Thank you. I appreciate that.
And you're 70 years old, and God, you look like you're in your 20s. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, what's nice is we have these growing in the home. There's no artificial light that we need to bring into your house or anything like that. The way we have these growing, you can keep them right there in your kitchen, and they're going to grow and keep just as green as long as you use them.
And this gentleman standing next to you is your father, Clark.
This is my dad. This is my workhorse. Yep, he's the one
As you
cutting
can
the
see,
green.
people are lining up, just experimenting and finding out what's going on here with the micro gardening. They're tasting it. You can see on their faces as they're tasting it. Children are walking up and eating it like it's candy. No salad dressings, just trim it right off the stem and eating it just like it is. And some of these are so spicy and flavorful that it's unbelievable. What kind of things do we have growing here?
So at the far right, we've got kale, broccoli. Some of the herbs that we do in this system is parsley. Here we have a radish. Our spicy one right now is our arugula. And then we have beets, another radish, and we're working on a sunflower system right now. So we have a whole lot of variety, and we're going to have another 7 varieties coming in. That's over peas, corn, all sorts of different things that we're doing.
Now, let me understand, you can envision in every major city in the United States a micro farmer like you doing this and making actually sustainable living.
Absolutely. That's our end goal, is to get this to a process where you can set up the same system, any city, wherever it is, and make a sustainable livelihood doing it.
And they can just tune back in on a video on the internet and learn every step and phase of this growing process.
Absolutely, from the soil to the seed to the germination rates, everything.
Wow. And so for people that particularly have health problems that are diabetics or that have nutritional problems, Parkinson's disease or epilepsy, they could have the nutritional values that they need in their system. They're probably not getting, and all this is grown insecticide free.
Insecticide-free, chemical-free, fertilizer-free. We don't use any chemicals at all. We don't use any sprays, anything like that. When it's grown in a system such as ours, we don't have any issues with pests. With the right ventilation, you're not going to have any issues with any bacteria either.
Wow, amazing, totally amazing. All right, live from Worthington, Ohio.
Can you talk about his, how do you stumble into this? How did you find out about this? Was it through education or was it through?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can do that.
All right. Christian, 1, 2, 3. Christian, tell me, how did you get started in this?
Well, I always knew that I wanted to grow food for people, and I played baseball in college and was always into nutritional, healthy food. And I started researching different methods of growing. When I was doing that, I came across microgreens, and I came across a lot of studies talking about how beneficial they are to you. And from then on out, we were always experimenting with different ways to do it, trying to get it to a method that we could reproduce consistently and could share with other people to grow the same way.
So for athletes that are future Olympians, they could right now be growing this in their dorm room.
Oh, absolutely. We could put this in your dorm room and supply the whole team. One dorm room, one tray.
And this could be your whole nutritional process. Everything you need right here.
Absolutely. There's studies done that if you're on an island, you want that broccoli with you. That's all you really need to get by.
Now, I'm a vegan. Is there enough nutrition in all this that I could literally sustain and live on?
Absolutely. There's been plenty of studies that go through the nutritional value of all these different microgreens. You can sustain your entire lifestyle off of these. Obviously, you're going to want some water, but these have all the nutritional values that keep you alive.
Now, what basis are you growing this in? You put them in the tray, which has a little bit of dirt in them, and you put them in water. Is it just fresh water?
We have fresh water in there. We're experimenting with some fish emissions to get a little bit more nutritional right to the root zone. But right now, most of ours are just grown strictly in fresh water, right out of your hose at your house or filtered through, and they just sit and float right there.
And coming soon is aqua gardening.
Oh yes, we're looking to do some aquaponics, going through and growing fish in one
Tilapia?
system. Yep, tilapia, trout. We're going to do some catfish and things like that, and just keep the cycle going.
And so the plants and the fish and the water all create a total
Yep, it's 90% more efficient. We have our fish in one area producing nutrients for our plants that then filter the water for the fish. Uses 90% less water. We don't have to add any nutrients. We can't use any chemicals because if we spray anything on the plants, it kills our fish. If we spray anything, or if we feed the fish poorly, it kills our plants. So it's an ecosystem in its own that's sustainable.
Wow. And of course, they put off oxygen and suck up.
Yep, they put off plenty of oxygen and the carbon dioxide and everything goes through. It's all used. We need a healthy ecosystem, produce the best food that there is.
So an air filtration system for your home or room, a food system that supplies you everything you need to be healthy. And
absolutely.
Wow, this could be the food system of the future.
That's what we're going for. That's what we're trying to help find.
All right. Right?
Good.
You can put them on top of your garden, or on top of soups, or on top of hors d'oeuvre crackers.
We got to go on this side. Let's shoot from this side.
All right.
Juice.
All right, so you guys want to step up and
And whoever's talking, you get this pointed to them. If you want to, better. If you want to hold it better, you can do it that way.
Okay.
Whatever's more comfortable to you.
All right, here we are in downtown Worthington, Ohio at the farmer's market with Christian. And a client just walked up to test out his garden here. And sir, what's your name?
John Metzger.
John Mesker. And who's this lovely lady with you back here?
It's my wife, Pilar.
Hi, Pilar. And where are you from?
From Colombia.
Colombia. And John?
Florida.
Florida. Well, have you tried the micro gardens?
I don't know anything about it.
All right, well, these are our microgreens. They're extremely nutritional for you, and they're also extremely tasty. Right here in front of us, we have our radish. So I'm going to grab some, and I'll have you go by and do a sampling.
It's amazing.
Oh yeah, they're small, but they hold a lot of flavor and even more importantly, a lot of nutrition. So over here we've got our broccoli. This is the one that the most studies have been done on.
Okay.
These here are 40 times more nutritional than they are at their full-grown stage of the broccoli plant.
How long did it take you to get to this one?
They vary depending on what clients you're set up, but we were able to do this in 8 days.
Goodness.
Delicious, yeah.
It is. It's delicious.
And if you really like spicy, I would suggest the arugula. That's our spicy variety. It's got a lot of kick to it.
And this is what?
Arugula.
Arugula.
Yep. And that's a lot of spice to it.
Wow.
Wow.
Good.
Goodness. I need some coffee.
Yeah, it's got a kick to it. These are all perfect for sprinkling on your salads or on top of soups. We put them in sandwiches. We have a couple people that love putting them in their eggs. We have a lot of different things.
So what else can you do this way? Can you do all vegetables this way, or is there just
We
certain
actually,
ones?
when we first started out, we started out growing our plants, and that's what these trays were initially made for. They were made so that we could start a plant in here, pull out the cell, and put it right into the ground. What we like about it is we don't have to water from the top. Watering from the top and getting leaves on the top of the plants is one of the best ways to get yourself in trouble with bacteria and spreading funguses. With this, we wick up water from the bottom, which feeds the root system, and we can keep the top completely dry.
Very interesting.
So yes, we started all of our plants when we were growing plants this way, and now we're doing microgreens.
So you could like mix and match, right? I mean, you don't have to do everything, a whole tray of one thing. You could do.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You can do, well, we do different types of arugula. It's all based on germination. So don't seal it. As you can see, that and this were started on the same base at different heights. So they would be probably there for 2 days. Whereas these arugula are almost identical, so they can go together perfectly.
Okay.
So we can grow a lot of these in the same tray, mix and match. However, say you wanted your beets and your arugula together, we can put them right together in there because the dates are high and give you a variety. So we can do a lot of different things.
Man, I imagine I could put this on a table and have it at a party.
Oh,
Everybody just trim
absolutely.
off what they need.
Absolutely. We actually have some people in the catering business that are interested in purchasing trays to bring to their catering events and cutting them fresh right for people, or having the people cut them fresh in front of them. What's great about this is all these plants are still living. They're not dead. We're not losing any nutritional value from storing them for a long period of time. We don't have to do anything crazy to keep them stored because they're alive. We're keeping them alive and we're keeping them healthy.